Hello and welcome to another Domination game replay. We got the Dwarves versus the Empire this time. I'll be playing the Dwarves, and we got Arnheim, which is a very open map. Of course, we got the big cliff on the side, and so we're going to go for a very interesting play. Of course, Empire being a very shooty faction, Dwarves being shooting themselves. I figure we'll go cheap and nasty, and we'll go for a little high ground play. So I've got my whole force up here. We got the engineer. We got two cannons. We got some quarrelers. In terms of quality, we got dwarf warriors and one unit of longbeards, and we got some gyrocopters. And I'm not super experienced with the gyros, but I brought them because I figure we'll be able to shut down the enemy artillery reasonably well. So our opponent bringing Boris Todbringer on his Griffin. We got two handgunners, some halberds, Sigmar Sun, a bright wizard, Sunmaker, and Hellblaster volley gun. So quite a punchy build, I guess you could say. And we're not going to go down the center, or we're going to try to avoid it because these artillery are scary. So our goal is we want to take third point, and then we want to set up on the high ground and just have free shooting across the points, and then try to take two and sort of suffer the attrition that way. And yeah, so I figure my opponent's summoned some outriders with grenade launchers. We've also been summoning some stuff, I think, or we will soon. And I decided to give a little bit of a suicide run try. I figure if I could shut down the Sunmaker or the Hellblaster, that'll be good value. Here comes Boris trying to stop us by coming to melee us. We're going to try to Tokyo drift around and get free. It's going to not be super easy. We get some just random kills as we fly, which is nice. Killing a good... oh yeah, a good 10 models there. So I dropped some bombs here, and I dropped them on top of the artillery pieces, because I thought if you did that, you would destroy the pieces in question. It didn't seem to work, so I dropped the second bombs on top of the infantry, again trying to bomb the actual Hellblasters there. But yeah, just misunderstanding how the bombs work. I guess I need to hit the infantry twice, so that's my fault, my mistake. And I didn't quite clear them off, so that's a bit of a fail. And Boris is going to rout them off. I got some coming back from routing here. I'll see if I can't get anything done with them. In the meanwhile, my opponent has set up with some halberds on point 2. That's fine by me. We've got dwarf warriors forming up in this gap to screen. We've got the cannons lining up as well. And Thorgrim ready to party. Some quarrelers, some longbeards holding the point on the high ground. And yeah, here I come again, trying to get one more round of bombs off. There we go. Tried to shut down the Sunmaker. I did end up destroying one of the pieces that time. So maybe you do have to bomb the pieces twice. Oh, wait, are they broken? I can't tell. Maybe they're broken. Anyway, we're getting hammered a bit. We decided to just do what we can. Boris Todbringer is going to chase us off. And yeah, I don't know if that was worth. Definitely didn't work out as great as I could. I think I've destroyed 2 there. It's hard to tell. Anyway, reduce the impact somewhat. And here we go. So I've lined up my cannons. Now, I did this imperfectly, because you can see here there's not a great line of fire for some of these cannons over this side. So what I really should have done is just move them just a little bit further forward to right here. Would have had much cleaner shots. But as it is right now, we're getting some good shots on these grenade launchers, who are throwing their blasting charges. And the Dwarves are pretty resilient though. So we're going to charge downhill, take point 2, I figure it's time. We've done as much work as we can over here. We've also got the quarrelers shooting from behind, we've got Thorgrim coming down, we've got our engineer as well in place. And the grenade launchers didn't get too much work done, luckily. A little bit of damage on the dwarf warriors, but all things considered, relatively little value. Now, I'm pretty sure dwarf warriors should do fairly okay versus halberds, as far as I can tell. But just in case they can't, I'm going to bring Thorgrim up. He's going to use some rune magic here. So here we go. Now, this is going to do a whole hell of a lot of friendly fire, so totally underestimated that. Should have placed the damage spell much further behind the unit of halberders there. So that's a bit of a mistake. Still learning. And here come the Sunmaker rockets, also doing a lot of friendly fire for my opponent. It's going to end up routing one of the units of halberds here as Thorgrim charges in. So yeah, we got the handgunners in place, we got some Empire Knights, we got great swords, we got a lot of quality heading in on point 2 to take it here. The Sigmar Suns, of course, being very difficult to displace. On the high ground, we got some Boris action, we got some pistoliers, I'm trying to just chase him away from the Longbeard so he can't shoot at my cannons. So we'll do that for a little while. Should have got the Rangers involved, but you know, we messed that up. Oh yeah, I should also mention we summoned none other than Norgrimling's Ironbreakers and Ekron's Miners, which are going to do a great job at cutting through some of these elite infantry. Thorgrim and these wavering Dwarf Warriors are just going to try to chase Sigmar Sons off the point if they can. Also, you know, we're trying to get these great swords and just swordsmen to group up around us so that when he fires at us with the Hellblaster volley guns and stuff, he's doing friendly fire. And you can see he's actually damaging his own units to some degree. But, you know, the other punishment we can give him for blobbing up is going to be seen in a moment. But first we've got to get rid of these Empire Knights, which are blocking the point. My opponent missed microing, just leaving them standing. It's a shame overcommitting these Longbeards. Again, screening to get these people away from damaging my cannons, but now I've overchased, so it's time to head back. We're going to take some damage for that. These Empire Knights sally out. We've got these Halberders. Also, oh yeah, and then look at this. Because the Empire Knights left me free to throw my bombs, I step forward and target the greatswords. Ooh, dodging some rockets there. Nicely done. But here we go. Throw those grenades. Oh, it's so beautiful. The dead, the dead. So yeah, Boris Todbringer coming in with Deadly Onslaught, looking to do some damage. I crack open the Ruin of Oath and Steel just to sort of tank a little bit longer, as we completely destroy a lot of value with infantry right there. So now he's got these tattered halberds. These had tattered halberds. There's a couple of handgunners which are doing work, admittedly. And he summoned some more halberds and some more pistoliers for the high ground. You know, so at this point, we're sending forward the Longbeards with great weapons, which are going to be useful for cutting through some of the rest of this infantry and knights. Thorgrim is tanking out, but he's also giving as good as he's got. Boris Todbringer taking a lot of damage, actually. A lot more damage than I thought he would do. So that's kind of nice. Sigmar Sons doing their thing. These Empire Knights dueling these warriors. We got Norgrimling's Ironbreakers coming in just to do the tank and spank. And the artillery keeps firing from above. We've also got our cannons firing from the high ground constantly, which is also giving us value on Todbringer. One of the reasons we're doing so much damage to him. Okay, so here come the Longbeards. We've got the Quarrelers and the Rangers to start shooting at the handgunners, and they should win that fight pretty handily. These Longbeards are going to take a little beating though. Thorgrim's still holding on. Norgrimling's Ironbreaker's still holding on. These Dwarf Warriors still holding on, and that's really much the theme of the Dwarven army. We're cutting through these Sigmar Sons. It's going to take a while. They are unbreakable. More Spearmen coming in for our opponent, and the Pistoliers are in number, you know, significant in number. We're going to get these Rangers firing. Could have gotten these blasting charges to help, but then again, Pistoliers are kind of a waste of blasting charges, so we're going to try to just have the Longbeards tank some of the shots, but sadly he goes straight for the cannon, so he's firing at that. He's actually destroyed one cannon already, and I don't really have what it takes to control the situation. I summoned some Thunderers, which I'm going to have charge up the center. I'm more interested in point 2 at this point. I feel like even if he shoots up my cannons with Pistoliers, he's not taking point 3 from me. So yeah, here comes the Master Spearman. We got these Hellblaster volley gun online. Looks like his Sunmaker was undone. I've got these Gyrocopters I've summoned in, which are now shooting at the grenade launchers. Just wanted to make sure that they don't get their value. But here comes Toddy, and Toddy is going to be giving us the business. I'm going to try to get in here on this Hellblaster while he's weak, but of course don't quite position it well. I'm kind of rushing, and I also try to fire again a lot too soon. Like once they're knocked down, you've got to wait for them to sort of stand up and reshuffle and then bomb again. So
The enemy has slain our lord.
very much have been mismanaging the gyros, learning a lot about how to manage them. So we've got this massive group of spearmen coming in, all grouped up, and I've got no more blasting charges. What I should have done is got the Master Engineer to replenish Norgrimling's miners with some throwing grenades and then got them to chuck, or something like that. But sadly, didn't get it. That's okay. Thorgrim did die. We're going to summon some more gyro bombers because I'm like, man, I'm not getting good value at these. I need to practice. You know, I need to practice more. So I keep summoning them. We're going to have some warriors and some thunderers here. Because thunder is pretty good for dwarves. No surprise. We're going to shoot up all these spearmen coming in. The pistoliers we kind of eventually outtraded. We lost 2 cannons in the process from this unit, however. At least I think we lost 2 cannons. Yeah, we must have. Anyway, so we're going to be still trying to fire from here, although the guns have gone fairly quiet. Again, we should just move them up just that little bit more, and they'd have a much better job of firing. You can see some of these cannonballs are getting actually hitting the edge here, so seeing that, move them forward. Got these rangers lurking around the point, because I know he's got some stuff lingering in the forest behind us. Starting in some blasting charges where possible. He's resummoned the Sunmaker, and it's doing its busy work. Codbringer's regenerating. He's chasing off my gyros. Just not able to get a ton of value now. What did I have back here? Oh yeah, I've got these gyros I summoned just chasing off some traff. We've got a large group of units marching forwards. That's from before. We did have a unit trying to capture here, but he sends knights in to destroy us, so we're going to send over some warriors and thunderers to deal with those knights. As you can see, his line is mostly tattered. You know, he's got the Sunmaker, sure. Boris is back to half HP, but these units are dreadfully injured. Of course, we are as well. So he gets some knights on the cannons, which is a shame. I'm going to flash bomb him with the... sorry, it's not knights, it's outriders. It's pistoliers. So I'm going to flash bomb him with the Master Engineer and just destroy them. We also got the miners coming in here with blasting charges and my rages. I'm very slow to react with these. I've got them just sitting up here doing nothing. I really should have positioned them a lot better. Anyway, it is what it is. So here comes Boris, and if I didn't flash bomb before, I will now. Because he's looking to finish off these cannons, he's had enough. Oh, actually, no, he's going for these rangers. Or he faints. He faints going for these rangers. So here he comes, Boris Todbringer, looking to shut down the gun line for good. These guys are just disrupted from that cavalry charge still. But there goes the flash bomb. You can see lowering his melee defense, his speed, charge speed. We're also just trying to shoot him. We've also got these blasting charges. I believe I throw blasting charges at him. I'm like, screw the cannons, they've done their job. Let's just kill Todbringer. He's even got some flame magic coming in. And flame magic is going to do a lot of damage. It actually bounces off this edge and hits Boris for a second longer than he normally would have. He took a lot of heat there. We unloaded the entire blasting salvo onto him. We also got the reload skill and accuracy from the ballistic calibration there. And yeah, my cannons are fleeing for now, but they'll rally. We'll get them back on the pieces and line up again. I believe we've got these rangers involved as well. So down on the point, you can see we've taken and held it. We're just about to creep above my opponent in points right now. So it's a long gambit we've had. I've still got these gyrocopters in the back trying to do their wicked way. But not really getting the ability to shut down. Oh, actually, that's right. I forgot. I moved these in place to bomb and then forgot about them. So that was a micro mistake, what you're looking at right here. This perfect opportunity to shut down the Sunmaker, and they're just sitting there having lunch. So the scraps of these units are chewing through. Scraps of my units are holding off. We've got this Hellblaster volley gun that's apparently firing, even though I see no flag for it. So that's a bit weird. There you go. Anyway, so what do we got going on here? Oh yeah, right, so we got Slayers involved now. We summoned some Slayers up the center. They're going to charge in. The Knights know they're bad news, so they move out. And we've got the blasting miners coming down. Yeah. So Boris is here. He's going to try to take this point. It's really been all about point 2. Over here at point 1, we've got Dwarf Warriors fighting the Sigmar Sons, and I'm not sure who's going to win that, but I'm going to bring some Thunderers over there to help capture that point. Finally, we get some gyro action back here, and these ones have charged in. I don't know what the hell is happening with these ones. I think I've used the bombs. He's still got 4 guns online though, even though the crew is quite low. So I really should be firing at them. I think I did give a fire order, but maybe I misclicked. Not quite sure what's happening there. Anyway, so the gun still fires, but luckily we got Slayers, and Slayers don't care if they're rained on by rockets. So now we're going to charge up, try to clear out the last of this remnant infantry. And I'm not doing anything with these Thunderers, it's a shame. I'm a bit slow to react. They are getting the odd shot here, but I really should just move them onto the point. Yeah, it looks like now I do. Again, you know, I've been having fun, but I am a bit slow. I need to get my my micro a little higher on the APM count. Anyway, so yeah, we still hold 2 points. We're working on the 3rd. The high ground strategy is paying off, but slowly. We've also taken a lot of damage. Could have done a lot better job at shutting down his artillery than we have. We finally did get the Sunmaker to rout. But at what cost, you know? So many gyros were summoned and thrown. Luckily, they only cost 800, which is a lot. It's a lot, but definitely, you know, throwing so much value into that has been costly. Slayers are going to do reasonably well against halberds, given they're lightly armored. But these grenades are going to do short work on a lot of dwarven infantry, so we're going to try to shut them down. We got the cannons here. Are they actually online? Yeah, they are. They're online, and they're firing. Got a bit of a weird angle. These knights are coming in, doing some work. We've got some miners coming in behind Sigmar's sons, and this should help us capture this point indefinitely. In fact, we do. So now we own all 3 points, and my opponent has summoned yet more knights. Unsummoning some stuff, either he or me, I can't tell. And we've only got these haggard remnants of the rangers and thunderers. So it's a bit of a to-do. A lot of knights to clear. We've got these halberds that are threatening as well. More spears coming in on the point. Yeah, and we summoned some warriors. We've also summoned Thorgrim. Oh, sorry, Thoric. Thoric Ironbrow, we got him back. Decided to spend the points on him. Don't know if that was a mistake or not. Definitely we'd already like put out most of our army onto the field, so even though they're in tatters, we're going to just summon what we can. We are ahead in value, we are ahead in points. Controlling all 3, of course, ticks up very fast. And even if he retakes point 1, we're still probably going to win unless he can take all 3. Look at this, boom! These knights try to last samurai, the Ekron miners, and they have other ideas. Blasting charges absolutely destroying them because they're already injured. So we're going to take that charge extremely well. Miners are such good value, man.
Tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory
So he's captured point 3, we're going to try to
back.
retake it, but we've only got 50 points left until we win, so it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. The high ground play was successful, we were able to hold. My opponent, you know, played well, but definitely could have been pressuring the high ground more with cavalry if he didn't have the cavalry trying to obsessively take point 2, if he was trying to pressure me up here. Could have been a lot harder for me to defend my cannons. The cannons, we'll see how much value they got at the end, but it's really the quality of my infantry that won the fight there. They were able to not only punch through the Empire mass, but also just survive the barrage of the Sunmaker, getting 2,600 value. Wow. These cannons, you know, 2,000 value here, that's probably the one that did a lot of shooting on Boris. This one only getting 900, but still paying for itself. The Lord's also not getting a great amount of value. The Engineer, he did alright. Like, the flash bomb was handy. The replenishing ammunition for rangers and cannons was handy. You know what I should do is replenish the ammunition on the Norgribling's Ironbreakers or the Ekron Miners or any kind of blasting charges and just get more value that way. Because if you look, like, the Norgriblings didn't quite pay for themselves despite getting massive value. And the Ekron Miners are getting a little bit of extra value. Could have gotten a little more. Thunderers, not doing super hot, doing okay. Yeah, everything else in terms of value on my side, except for like some of my crossbow units, like the Quarrelers here, getting 2,200 value. These ranges also getting 1,300. So some good value from like crossbow units. Everything else just held really well. Oh, look at this. We got a lot of value from the Gyrocopters, so you know, we're getting some work done, but honestly, really sloppy with the gyro play. Need to practice that. For my opponent, like I said, his artillery getting extreme value. His Bright Wizard doing very poorly, honestly. Not getting much value at all. Very little in the way of spells. His handguns doing really well. Halberd's doing poorly. His knights doing okay. Not really getting as much value as he could have. And yeah, even though we shut down the Outriders pretty well, still getting a ton of value there. Greatswords also getting very little value, so just a lot of high quality infantry or armor pieces like the knights and the greatswords just not getting their money's worth, you know. Wizard also costing probably like 1,000 or something. Anyway, so that's the battle. Another victory for the Dwarves, hoorah. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.